it's DC. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the stochastic oscillator, how we can generate signals using the stochastic oscillators. I have an amazing strategy that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So if you're new to this channel, please take time to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you have already subscribed, make sure you like and share this video. So what is the stochastic oscillator? So the stochastic oscillator is a technical indicator that compares where the security price or the asset price closed relative to its price range over a given period of time. The stochastic oscillator is displayed in two lines. We have what we call the percentage K, which is the main line, and the second line is called the percentage D, which is a moving average of the percentage K. The percentage K is normally displayed in a solid line, and the percentage D line is normally displayed in dotted lines. As you can see, we have the dotted line and we have the solid line. Okay, so let's look at how we can use the oscillator, the stochastic oscillator, to generate signals. So we can see that on the stochastic oscillator we have the above the 80 level and below the 20 level we have our overbought and our oversold region, which is very important. So the stochastic can be used to show the overbought regions and the oversold regions. So when generating signals, for example a sell signal, we want the two lines, the blue and the dotted line and the solid line, the main line and the signal line, to cross whilst it's above the 80 period, our overbought region. So we sell here and we move with the market downwards. So we can also generate a buy signal when there is a crossing whilst it's on the oversold region, and there is a crossing and we buy. So this idea of using the stochastic oscillator, theoretically it's correct, but when it comes to practice you'll be faced with a different scenario. And this is the reason why most people end up saying that indicators do not work. Why? Because you'll see that during a strong downtrend, the oscillator will be generating signals to buy. You can see here it's on the oversold region and there is a crossing. When you buy here, the market will continue moving downwards. This will end up generating false signals, because it's moving, it's generating signals which are against the trend, the current trend, which is a downtrend. Or maybe we have an uptrend and the price is moving up, and the oscillator is generating, our stochastic is generating sell signals. You can see there was a signal to sell. Also here there is also a signal to sell, because the main line and the signal lines are crossing whilst they are there on the on the overbought region, but the price is constantly moving up. How can we solve this problem? So for us to solve this problem, I've decided to add the 200 exponential moving average. As you know that moving average, they are very useful in trading. They show us the direction and they also show us the dynamic support and resistance. So for the setting of the moving average, we have these following settings. So we are going to sell whenever the price or the candles are below the 200, and we buy whenever the price or the candles are above the 200 exponential moving average. Then for the settings of the stochastic, we're just going to make use of the default settings. So we're going to make use of the default settings, but you can use these settings. Then for us, what are the conditions for us to sell and to buy? So let's start with the sell conditions. One, we are going to sell when the price is below the 200 and it's below the 200 exponential moving average, and the price has reached the overbought region here, and there is a crossing again of the main and the signal line, but in this case my signal line is red and the main line is blue. But don't worry, it works the same. It was just for presentation sake, so that people can it will be easy for people to see these crossings. So here there is a crossing, and the stochastic is on the overbought region. Then we weigh it now. There is a decision that needs to be made. Are you going to follow the main line, the blue line, or the red line? So what I've discovered is that if you're going to follow the main line will quickly give you a signal, because we are going to wait for the main line or the signal line to cross below the 80 level. So we're not going to only consider the crossing, but we're also going to wait for these lines to cross the 80 level. So my advice concerning this, when you're using the main line will quickly give you a signal, and the signal line, the red line, there will be a delay in giving the signal. But sometimes the signal that is generated using the main line tends to be, it will not be strong. It can give you a false signal. So my advice is this: we would rather wait for the red line to cross the 80 level. Then when it crosses the 80 level, then we sell. So when are we going to put our stop loss and our take profit? So you can put your take profit above the moving average. You can put your stop loss above the moving average. And for your targets, there are two ways that we can actually use. For the targets, we can wait for the price or the stochastic to reach the overbought region, and we wait for the crossing of the main line, the red line, and the blue line here. Then we exit the market. Or we can just use the risk, the reward to the risk to reward ratios. We can make use of a 1:2, or we can make use of a 1:1.5. In most cases, when people are setting targets for their take profit, I've noticed that people normally set targets that are far away and that are difficult to set. So I would advise that you would use 1:1.5 or 1:2 at max. I think that those targets are easily attainable. So just a small recap: one, we wait for the crossing, whilst the price is below the 200, and we wait for the crossing of the main line and the signal line, whilst they are there on the overbought region, and we wait for the signal line, which is the red line, to cross the 80 level. Then we sell. Then our stop loss will be above the 200 exponential moving average, or you can just pick the previous high point. You can pick the previous high and you place it just above that. So this is how we're going to sell using this strategy. Then let's look at the buying conditions. So when we are going to buy, we are going to wait. The price has to be above the 200 exponential moving average. That's one. Then there should be a crossing of the main line and the signal line, whilst the stochastic is on the oversold region below the 20 level. Then we wait for the main line, or we can wait for the signal line, which is the red line, to cross. When it crosses the 20 level, then we buy. But the more and more accurate and more reliable signal is generated when the signal line is finally crossed above the 20 level. Then we buy. For our targets, we can place our stop loss below the moving average, the 200 exponential moving, or we can just place it below the previous low point. Then we move up with the market. Then for our targets, we're going to exit when there is a crossing on the overbought region of the main and the signal line, the red and the blue and the red line. When it crosses here, then we're going to exit. Or we can make use of ratio. Maybe we can make use of 1:2 or 1:1.5. So you make use of those ratios. So basically, this is how you can avoid fake signals when you're using the stochastic oscillators. So with this strategy, when you add the moving average will help you in selecting the signals that you're going to generate from the stochastic. It will also help you on the trend direction so that you don't end up taking signals that are against the trend, because as you know, in trading, the trend is your friend. So let's look at an example that was taken by the EA that I've created. I call this the prime series. So I've created EAs using this strategy, this stochastic strategy. So we can see here that there is a crossing and it's below the 20 level, which is our oversold region. And once the signal line crossed above the 20, there was a signal that was generated, and this ended up in profit. So if you are someone who's interested in using trading robots, I've programmed this strategy, so you can make use of the contact details that are there in the description to get in touch with me. So in this prime series, I have the boom and crash EAs, all the boom and crash EAs, and I also have the volatility, all the volatility pairs, which make use of this, which will be making use of this strategy. And I also have I've tested this strategy on forex pairs. It also works. So if you are interested in getting an EA that uses this strategy, please get in touch, make use of the contact details that are there in the description. So if you also have a strategy, your own strategy, and you want it to be automated, I can also do that for you. So I've inserted the contact details in the description below, and there's also a link to my Telegram group where I share trading signals, and I also share strategies, and I also share trading robots and indicators for free in my Telegram channel. So you are free to join that Telegram channel. The link is there in the description. Thank you so much for your time. Stay blessed.